Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining New Jersey Wedding Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. We are your hosts, Andrea Pertel and Celia Milton, and we are both professional wedding officiants here in the state of New Jersey. How are you doing today, Celia?
I'm fantastic. We got no humidity. It's a beautiful day in New Jersey. It's
It is.
fantastic. I love it. I
It's
have like a low bar when I'm like happy about no humidity. That's like pretty sad, isn't it?
yeah, and we had a pretty nice weekend. So we're recording
We
this
did.
on a Monday, guys. So Celia and I have just come off a weekend of weddings. And it was a pretty pleasant weekend.
It
Where were
was.
you this weekend?
It
What were your
was.
weddings like?
Michael did a couple of elopements, which were very sweet and were full of yapping, adorable dogs. Uh, I was at Hudson House, which is part of the Liberty House group.
Ah,
It's in Jersey City, but it's kind of at the very like south end of it. And it's very like it's a very cosmopolitan kind of New York feeling kind of place. It's multiple levels and very like chic and cool. One of the things I like about it is that the ceremony space is right on the Hudson River, and it gives you a completely different vista of the cocktail space, which is on the second floor. Beautiful
mhm.
view. And then they go up to the fourth floor for the reception. So you have three completely distinct uh, spaces and distinct atmospheres for each part, which I think people really kind of loved. EMG, Elegant Music Group supplied just incredible musicians
Yeah,
for
they're
the
good.
ceremony part and then cocktail part and then a full-fledged band for the rest of it. And their people are lovely there. It's very upscale, very sophisticated. I'm always like carrying on about bar service. I'm just nuts like that. But when people came in, they came into the cocktail space and there was this gigantic, beautiful table with flowers and 100 glasses of wine. So like there was never a line for the bar. It was like fantastic. I love it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so, everything was so smooth and so seamless. I worked with Ciao Bella planners who I've worked with before,
Uh-huh.
and everything was just really orchestrated very beautifully. And
Sounds like a beautiful place to have a
it
ceremony.
was
I've never been there because I'm nowhere near there. That's where you guys are.
very
Um,
sophisticated, very like, if you're going to do an upscale wedding in New York City, but you'd rather look at New York City instead, this is totally the place to go to.
it sounds like it's a very nice place too for photos. Photos
Oh,
on.
absolutely. They have a fifth floor that's called the Stork Club. It's, they have a restaurant on the first floor too, so it's, kind of a combined space. But the fifth floor is just a big open glass penthouse with all these insane views, and that's where they did all their pictures. And
Wow.
it was sweet. Um yeah, it was great. It was great. I love that their staff there is wonderful, and it was just fun. Yeah, it was just fun. Great couple. Fun story. They met when they were in high school, and they met
High
because
school
she
sweethearts.
I know,
Love it.
but
Or did they date in high school? Or they
you know
just
what, the fun thing about that was that they met in high school, but he went to school at that point. She went to the local high school, and they had like this long distance relationship throughout their courtship. And it's like they met like, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. So there was always this kind of romantic, like not really in the same place, but in the same mind. It was very romantic and very sweet.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
No,
That's
it's so sweet.
beautiful. So you were able to write a real personal
Love it. And we had
like
like, it was hilarious. But the thing that I really liked that they did, is like a great thing that they did and a thing to keep in mind if you're at Hudson House. They, we very often do a ceremony for the moms, and we always keep it a secret because we like to make moms cry. And the photographers love that. The
Always
photographers
like
love that too.
that.
I
Yeah.
know, I love it. But they had two moms, a stepmom, and two aunts that had been really instrumental in them growing up. So we did a mom ceremony for the five of them. And I'll tell you, it was like great because they were like, all of them were like bawling. Everybody who knew them was like crying. It was like really great.
That's so sweet to do for the
Yeah.
moms. Well,
I
great
know. I
review of
love
the
that.
Hudson House. So
Yeah, it's beautiful. Their food is like insane. Their
yeah,
food is insane. Their service is beautiful. Gabe is the head person there, and I've worked with him for years, and it's just everything is so smooth and so, you kind of feel like you're in like a movie, you know.
yeah,
The only thing that I would say to people that are planning it there, and I hope a lot of you are because it's gorgeous. Um, it is very windy where the outside ceremony is. And if you were thinking about a veil, you might rethink that, maybe like a little one of those tiara things or like something like that. But it's something to talk to your florist about. Um,
yeah. It's
because
good
the
to know
date,
those aspects
yeah,
when you're planning.
yeah,
You don't want to be taken by surprise. It doesn't,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
at least you know
Yeah,
those little aspects
yeah,
to
it's
deal
good.
with. And it's great to hear it, because you're there so often. So if
Yeah,
anybody's thinking of the Hudson House or thinking of that area, go check it out.
yeah,
Beautiful. And
absolutely beautiful. We
Celia
had
and her team from NJ Vows now are always there. They're pros in that area, and they could write you and perform a beautiful ceremony
Yeah.
for you.
It's just, you know what? It's just you can do a wedding on a cliff. You can do it anywhere and on the beach. I'm sure you have that wind thing going on too. But if your
Oh yeah.
florist knows, if we had Dream Day florals, which everything was beautiful. It was like all baby's breath, very airy, very summery, very pretty. And I'll tell you that, that arch is probably still standing up because there was fishing line everywhere. They had that baby like it was great. But
Yeah,
it's, you
that's
got to
good when
know.
the florist is familiar and knows how to,
Absolutely.
yeah, batten it all down.
Absolutely. Where were you this weekend? You did a lot of
Let's
stuff
see.
this weekend.
I did a little bit of everything this weekend. I had an elopement at Spring Lake Park. I had a big wedding at Renault Winery.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah, well, and we can go into that in another podcast. I know I've
Mm.
reviewed it before. So that was a beautiful, and they had a dog in their ceremony. The dog was the
Oh,
ring bearer, and it was really sweet. That worked out well. And uh, you know, um, and then I had a baby blessing, and that was really nice too. It was a beautiful
cool.
baby blessing. So I had a little bit of everything. So it was a beautiful ceremony. I mean, a beautiful
Yeah.
weekend.
It was fun, right? I know
Yeah.
Michael he had an elopement with the yappy dogs and they were like adorable though. He sent me about 18 videos of the dogs. It's like they look like popcorn. They look like big fuzzy popcorn. They're just like, "Ow, ow, ow." It's like great.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You know what I have upcoming? I keep saying, "Oh, I got this, I got this," and I do have it because it's the only thing I have that
Of
day. But
course you do.
on the 4th of July, okay, at the Jersey Shore,
Uh-oh.
I am starting at 6:30 a.m. with a 38-year vow renewal on Ocean Grove Beach.
Oh my
So
God, that's so
I will be
cute.
up so early to get there and get a parking spot and all of that. Yeah, and 6:30 we ought to beat the crowds, 4th of July
I
crowd.
think so.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that I'll start that. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I said, okay, I can get breakfast somewhere on the way home. I'll be
There
up
you go.
early.
I know.
Yeah.
But Ocean Grove is it's
What a
so
cute,
cool.
quaint town,
It
right?
really is. It's so interesting and so cool. I think I'm not, you're a better woman than me at like 6:30 in the morning because I'd be like,
Come home and go to bed.
I'd be calling Michael because Michael's okay with that, but 6:30, I'm not even a human yet.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens to me is I'm so afraid of not
I
waking up on
know,
time. I wake up every hour and
I
then
know.
I'll be okay because I come home and I'll go to sleep at 8. I'll take a big nap in the morning. And then it's a relatively light weekend because it is a holiday weekend.
Yeah,
I
it's weird.
have a midday ceremony on Saturday at Lobster Shanty Sunset Ballroom, like at 12 o'clock.
Oh wow. Oh cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
the rest
But
of the week.
it's kind of a weird like, when the holiday falls like smack in the middle of the week, you don't really know what people are going to do. It's kind of are they going to take off before or after or I don't know. We've got a bunch of weddings on the 6th and a
Do you?
baby
I'm located at the shore, and so people know
Oh
how
yeah.
bad the traffic is. So I think
Yeah.
they kind of stay away from it. And And speaking of beach weddings and sunshine and being outside and getting tan.
Oh, well, that was really smooth. I like that. That's unexpected, but smooth anyway.
Right. We had a very fun interview with Bronze Couture. When we talk about all the steps, the brides, and she did say grooms do it too, and the
Grooms
bridal
too,
party, and
yeah.
the moms, and even just the guests going to it. Also, you get your hair done, your makeup done, but especially the bride getting your hair done, your makeup done, and we talked about getting your underwear, and then your underwear going, for your honeymoon and all of that, and all the
Yeah.
little things you do. One of the things here, especially at the Jersey Shore, and it's made a comeback, is tanning. So, the
Yeah.
brides and the bridal party, they go get that sun-kissed look for their wedding. They get in the photos, they want to look their best, right?
Yeah, and I feel like they during the interview they did a really cohesive job of explaining why it's not like the tan you got when you were like, 15 going to the prom 20 years ago.
Right,
It's a
right.
completely different, and
Different
they
thing.
do airbrushing as well, which they do the teeth whitening. It's like something gets dark, something gets light. I kind of like
I
that. I
know,
think
right?
it's kind of philosophically delicious if you think about it. But
Right, right,
I really liked their enthusiasm and their, commitment to safety, which I think is important because if people, if you haven't been in a tanning booth, maybe like in 20 years or never, they're very, I thought they were very informative about that aspect of everything.
right. Yeah, they talked about the safety, they're
Yeah.
educated in the classes, because it is a different thing now. It's so different than
Yeah.
20 years ago. It's very, they strive for the safety and the good for the skin, and
Hmm.
it seemed it's elevated, and
Yeah.
they're a fun bunch, and they know what they're doing, and they have some bridal specials. They say, you can come in and do a test run and all of that. They seem to know what they're doing. So hang out, folks. This is a very fun, great interview. Enjoy.
It's going to be fun.
Want to get married without the stress of a big wedding? Looking for a ceremony that's all about the two of you? Or maybe you just can't wait to say I do. New Jersey Elope can make your dream of an intimate and unforgettable wedding day a reality. Picture this: exchanging vows with the sand between your toes on a beautiful beach, saying I do surrounded by nature in a serene park, or celebrating your love under the elegant arch in my cozy office. So, whether you crave the coastal breeze, the charm of the outdoors, or a private, hassle free setting, we have the perfect elopement ceremony for you. Visit NewJerseyElope.com and start planning your dream wedding today. New Jersey Elope, where your love story begins.
So happy to have the owners and managers and tan consultant and airbrush artist. Sounds like a lot of people, but there's only actually two of them. Kathy and Sam from Bronze Couture, New Jersey. They will help you to fine tune your bridal look. And with sun-kissed, you look sun-kissed and beautiful and fabulous, like you are all relaxed and ready to have a great day. I think we're gonna talk about obviously wedding preparation, but some other fun stuff like maybe a bachelorette party. Mm. So
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna hand this over to Kathy and Sam so they can tell us all about it. As I said before, Kathy, you are talking to two of the palest people in New Jersey. So I think that however you can educate us and our listeners is going to be absolutely fabulous. My first question is, what is the difference between airbrushing and tanning? Tell us all about that.
Okay. And you know what? Just so that you know, to put you at ease, the tanning today is not the tanning of our teenage years, where you go in these beds and you fry yourself and you come out. It's very, very, everything is promotes safety. We call it smart tanning because we don't want people to get burned. All of our, here at Bronze Couture, we happen to have some of the most state of the art beds. And we take it very, very seriously. We work with the clients to ensure that they're not getting burned. We're very protective over how much time we put them in a room. even though they're paying members and stuff like that, we really partner with them to make sure we're doing the best thing for their skin. Because
That's
at the
great.
end of the day, this is a beauty business. And the last thing, we all take, as manager here and as consultants, we all take a course, and you have to get certified in it, as we do for the, to answer your question, the airbrush. We also have to take a course with that and get certified. And we have to actually send in a video and all that kind of stuff. So it's not something where you just run in, you get in a bed, give us your money, and there you go. It's very, very advanced skincare and sunburn prevention, and that we really pride ourselves on. This is the first really thing. I mean, I used to tan all the time in tanning beds when I was younger, but I really have seen a whole different world now with it. And now I'd like to turn it over to Sam, who's going to talk about our luxury product and our airbrush tanning system, or, what we offer, which is really fantastic.
Okay. That sounds great. Hi, Sam.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we have just started using our product. It's called Nuda. It's a Canadian-based company, and it's also woman-owned. So what we do with Nuda, we mix a lot of colors to customize exactly to your skin tone, your undertone, anything like that.
And just so that you know, Sam is also just like a hair away from getting her degree in esthetician. So she's very versed on skin, and like her airbrush tans are just phenomenal, because she really understands the skin and how the pigment works, which I really took the course, and I'm still, honestly, I'm struggling with it. I'm learning. Sam is teaching me, because there's, again, a whole art to what happens with the skin to make it look nice and bronze. It's not, something where you just throw a product on and there you go.
Right, because I would think that everybody's shade is different, and I wouldn't know if I was coming to you guys, I would need help in selecting the shade for my skin tone, versus somebody else of a, different skin tones. And how do you select the shade to make it look natural? And
exactly. And because she has a background in this, which has been such a huge help, even with the beds. We first both came here together, when the salon, this salon has been here, Bronze Couture, in Shrewsbury Avenue in Tinton Falls for 17 years. But my owner, Maria, bought it in May. And so we both came in with different backgrounds. We were both, I was a retailer. Sam was also a retailer, but she has basically a skin and esthetician background, and she has a love for the beauty industry. And I'll tell you, like I said, there's a lot to learn. I thought, this is going to be easy, but it's taking pride in the product and the products that we choose, even the beds. When our owners bought this salon, we have a bed, another bed that is like, it sprays it on you. It's not like, it doesn't have bulbs.
It's a spray tanning bed. It's actually called a Pura machine. It's actually the only Pura machine in New Jersey. People love it here. People will just, if they're not doing an airbrush, that is also a really good option that we offer here.
Okay, so you can either have the person do the airbrush to you, or you can lay in the machine and get it done, and the all over tan. I think this is something, well, we see it. We see every weekend. We just came off, both Celia and I, at weekends of weddings and brides and their bridal parties. And I would assume their moms and
the husbands. We get a lot of grooms.
I was going to ask you, do you get a
lot
lot
of
of
about that?
You know what?
I was just
I was shocked.
Shit.
Yeah, I actually was shocked at the number of grooms that came. And, there's actually, believe it or not, we do have listen, we're mostly women here, but we do have a certain amount of couples that come in, and we're so excited for them. And we feel like the day of their wedding, we're like, I feel like I was a part of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there are a significant amount of men that come and prepare along with their groomsmen, because listen, everybody, at the end of the day, everybody looks better sun-kissed and tanned. And like I said, it's not that old leathery skin that you think of. It's not. It's a beautiful sun-kissed, gorgeous bronze.
Right. It's not the famous over-tanned lady from a decade ago.
No.
Because
and we
couples have already spent a great deal of money on their photography and their videography, and these pictures and wedding pictures mean a lot to them, and they want to look the best. And the bride doesn't want to have if she spent, some time out at the beach, she doesn't want the strap marks or the marks on her arms. So they want to get the
Yeah.
spray
Cool.
tan or
Yeah.
the full professional tan. They've already invested so much in their photography and videography. So they want that. It's the same as getting your hair done and your makeup done. And I think especially in the summer and here at the shore where I am, and you have a lot of beach weddings and you've gotten the perfect beach gown to go, to get your pictures on the sand, in the sand on the beach and stuff. And so you want that tan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about it is too, is that we talked about doing wedding packages and that kind of thing. It's we can do the, airbrush tan to go. We're gonna put together all kind of packages for wedding parties and bridesmaids parties where they come in, because you need to really, again, the airbrush, yes, you walk out of here tan, but it also has to develop over 8 to 12 hours. But a regular tanning bed tan, yes, a regular tanning bed tan takes some time to develop so that you don't burn. So it's not like you can just walk in, go into bed a few times, and all of a sudden you're tan. And Sam just reminded me something very important. We also have trials for brides to try out. If they want to just try an airbrush tan, see what it's all like, see what it's all about before the actual big day, just like they do with makeup.
Just with the
Or
hair
like-
and
That's a good idea.
makeup, you do the trial. That's a good idea to see if you like that. And yeah, that's a great idea. How far in advance do you have to do the like the spray tan versus the tanning beds?
So the spray tan is more of like I would do a day or two before your event. If you
Uh-huh.
take the proper care of your spray tan, it can last up to 10 days.
Okay.
So it would definitely be a good idea to do the trial like a few weeks before your event, so it has time to fully come off your skin. But the spray tan, I would definitely recommend a day or two before, and you do all the proper care before. You have to exfoliate, no lotion the day of, and it will, as long as you follow those instructions, the spray tan will stay very nicely.
And that's the other thing. Like I said, again, we're just learning, and Sam being in the business of skincare, there is a lot of pre-care and there's a lot of aftercare in order to take care of it, because you're spending, a fair amount of money. Although right now we're offering a summer special, $45 per spray tan or airbrush tan, and which is relatively inexpensive. If we have to travel to you, obviously
Yes.
that's more expensive. But in the summer, in the tanning industry, our prices are a little cheaper because, again, they can go to the beach. But
Yeah.
so we definitely, but we definitely have a lot of incentive, in different times of the year. And this is a time that you can get a lot of tanning needs, even lotions, because we offer lotions here that you have to utilize when you go into the beds to get the most out of the, and to protect your skin. So we definitely have a lot of specials going on.
Yeah.
That's
I could
very
see
interesting
this as
to me.
being a good, a fun.
So when are we
party.
going to get you ladies here? We're going to have to get you ladies here for like a trial run.
Yeah. I'm tempted to try it. I'm tempted.
No, you should, Andrea, because you know what? It's just like anything else. You see the bands, you know all about the wedding venues, and all about, all the different aspects to putting together a wedding. This is just another small piece of it, but we welcome you. We will definitely give you a trial for free, and Celia yourself also, and just to see what it's all about. Because like I said, I had no idea. I thought it was a whole different industry than it is.
And
Yeah,
also,
that's
we feel like our Nuda products, you hear about spray tans like smelling and being sticky. This product, we use a setting powder, and I've heard that you do not have any kind of smell at all.
Nice. I see you also do teeth whitening. That's something you do in
Yes.
in it with, because I think that if you were getting the tan, for your wedding pictures and your wedding day, you'd go for the teeth whitening and the tanning. That's something that happens in the UV booth.
No, that is actually something we have another room where we do the Nuda. And then we also have, part of the room is also the teeth whitening. And it basically, we set the client up, and then they just lay in this nice little chair, and they just put the machine up to their mouth along with the product that we give them. And again, it retails one session or whatever is $89.99, but we've been offering 25% off. And again, you know, if we got a bride in here and they wanted to trial everything, we certainly would, you know, give them, you know, a free trial, and then, you know, in hopes that they would bring in their wedding party and such. And like I said, we've had more fun with the moms of the brides. I mean, it, you know, like I said, one of our best customers just got married, I think last weekend. And it was like, I mean, the day of the wedding, I was practically in tears, you know, thinking like, you know, I got them there. They're gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Right?
Look at those shoulders. Oh my God, they're so
Oh my
gorgeous.
God, right?
Oh, do you when we were talking a little bit before you came on, we were talking about, wouldn't this be like just a great idea for a bachelorette party? Wouldn't it be like the
Yes.
best?
Yeah.
And Sam will do on the go. Like, say you're having a bachelor party somewhere, she can take the equipment and the machinery and she can go wherever. We haven't really, you know, decided upon a mile radius yet, but again, we're very open to everything, and it would be fun because it's just something. Just even the people that come in here, you know, the high school students, the college students, a lot of times it's a social thing. They come in together, then they go for
Yeah.
coffee or what have you. It becomes a social thing, and we have a lovely. There's a good vibe in here. It really is. It's, you know, we play nice music. It's just a nice place to be.
Yeah, it sounds great. It really sounds like something, especially being in the wedding business, that the brides and their bridesmaid, you know, have the party, and everybody gets their tan and everybody's looking good for their photos. And
Yep.
yeah, and also for your honeymoon, you're heading out.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking good.
I like it.
No.
I like it. I
Yeah.
think, you know, I think it would be like a really nice gift too, for the, you know, a bridesmaid's gift. Who wouldn't love that, you know, to
I know. Yeah, yeah. Because, you know, like you said, I mean, the bridesmaids are spending a ton of money, you know, with their dresses and all that other stuff. And
Right.
like I said, I mean, you know, our busy season is prom, graduation. Now we have like weddings coming up. You know, this is your busy season. Now, when does the wedding season like end, ladies? Like, when is your
Never.
big?
It never ends.
The fall is as busy or busier than
Yes.
summer. So let's say,
Really?
yeah, let's say after, maybe after December, because people
Yeah.
do the holiday, and then it becomes engagement season because everybody gets engaged, and that's
Yeah,
where we're
that's true.
booking for wedding season.
Yeah. There really
Wow.
is the season. And you know what? The part of that is when we had 2020, 2021, we had people that really couldn't get married in the way that they wanted to, you know, in the format that they wanted to get married. So we had squished in a lot of years into like 1 year. And, you know, it's kind of carried over. I mean, we're doing Mondays, we're doing Tuesdays, we're doing like, you know, the end of November, and then a Tuesday. If you have a Tuesday in February, you can make your own price. You can.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm
Wow.
saying.
And I see
Yeah.
it's perfect because that's when people are the palest. They're like almost transparent. And yeah.
I know. Wow, that's interesting. See, I know. And, you know, I think we all learned something coming out of COVID and what have you. And I think things are definitely, you know, becoming more stable. And like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
I see people coming in here all the time, and life is kind of back to normal, where even last year people were still like kind of in this, like a little bit of a post-COVID haze or whatever.
I
But
think so.
Right.
Yeah.
that's so far behind us now.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think so. I think you're right.
Well, I think I know that brides and grooms, the bridal parties and the moms and even the guests, because of social media now, because they know they're going to end up in pictures, whether
Right.
it's the photographer posting pictures from the wedding, the DJ posting pictures of everybody dancing and stuff. I think people and everybody else, all your friends posting, and just knowing that you're going to be on social media, whether you're part of the wedding party, you know, you're the couple, the newlyweds, the wedding party, or a guest, and you might end up on social media, that people are really preparing more as far as going and getting their highlights in their hair done, getting the tanning done, getting the teeth whitening, getting the Botox. They're
Right.
preparing for
I know.
these
It's
big
very,
events, you
yeah,
know?
it's yeah. And you figure, you know, I mean, really, you know, in a perfect world, I think, you know, maybe it's, you know, once in a lifetime you get married, although I don't know. I'm sure you guys do a lot of second weddings. You know what I mean? So it's like you said, I mean, like you said, after all the money is spent, and you definitely, everybody looks better tan. They just do. They just do.
Yeah.
They look healthy. So, you know, like I said, I encourage you ladies, come on over, and, and we'll show you our facility. It's a beautiful facility. And like I said, our beds our actual tanning beds are top of the line. They're just state of the art.
Yeah. I want to tell our listeners that we will be posting on our social media a link to bronzecouture.com.
It's
And-
bronze. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's Bronze Couture, and I'm sorry, Bronze Couture Tan.
Okay.
NJ.com. So I'll get that to you properly.
Okay. Bronze
Yeah.
Couture Tan NJ.com. Anyhow, we will have a link to their website as well as a link to their Instagram so that you can just click on it and go right to their website and right to their Instagram. I think this, because I was reading a lot about this smart tan and
Yeah.
the Nuda and how it it's healthy. And you guys are one of the only ones around that has this technology.
Yeah. The Pura machine is, I think, like I said, the only one in the state. This Nuda product that the owner, Maria, really sought out. It's a Canadian product. It's very luxurious. It's like Sam said, there is no smell involved. It's people leave here, they're not sticky.
It's definitely a very natural look to you too. You don't look very bronzed.
Yeah, that's what you want, is you want that natural look. That I just spent the day on the beach,
Yeah. 100%.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's making yourself feel beautiful, you spent the money on the dress, you just want to look your best and feel beautiful and confident, with everyone looking at you.
Oh, I know. Oh my God. I sometimes think about you guys, Andrea, when I look at your social media, and Celia, I'll definitely, join yours. I look and I think, oh my God, there's, 200 people right now looking at Andrea. So it's, even for you guys, I mean, you're really out there. You are in the forefront. You know what I mean?
I try to blend in, try to hide, try to wear all black and
Yeah.
brown and just not be noticeable and have it be about the bride. But yeah,
Yeah, me too.
on the social media though, you try and put a picture or two of yourself up so that people see what you look like, it makes you
I
more.
think that's important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think that's important because, I mean, you've built certainly a huge business, and all these, what has it been since 20, what has it been, like 13, 14 years,
Yeah.
Andrea?
Yes. I'm in my 14th year and
Oh,
Celia's
yeah,
been doing
yeah.
it longer
So,
than me.
Yes. When was
Wow,
fire?
so-
When was fire invented? It was right around then.
I'm
Now,
not that
Celia,
old.
you're North Jersey? You're in North Jersey?
I'm in North. This is what makes this the perfect partnership, is that I'm in North Jersey and she's in Middle and South Jersey, and never the twain shall meet, if you know what I mean.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I've been up there before, not going, and not that it's bad up there. It's just,
Yeah, we know,
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And like Celia's like, I'm not coming to the shore in the summer,
Oh, no, absolutely not. No,
Oh.
not unless I can go by helicopter. That is the only way I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never
Well,
forget
if
my
I
first.
ever get married again, I will certainly, reach out to one of you. Now, Sam is nice and young. Sam will be getting married. I don't know. She's a youngin'. She'll be getting married, in the next, 4 or 5 years. Maybe. She's shaking her head. She's shaking her head.
She's like
Yeah.
probably mortified at this point.
Kathy planning Samantha's wedding. I love it.
I love it. Okay.
Well, you guys have a really great thing going there, and I highly recommend it. I think that this is really something that I know you see a lot of brides and stuff. I think it's just another step in getting ready for your big day, whether
Yeah.
it's for your wedding or for your prom or just for your vacation or something special. Treat yourself, and thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks
We
for your
really
time.
appreciate it.
It was
Thank
great.
you very much. We appreciate being asked to be on it. And like I said, Andrea, you're only 20 minutes away, so I'm expecting you to be here.
Okay. Okay. I will
Early.
check it out. All
Bye.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Thanks for joining
Bye.
us. Bye. This podcast is brought to you by New Jersey wedding officiant Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services.
And Celia Milton, owner of NJ Vows Now, also New Jersey wedding officiating services. We're up in North Jersey and Andrea is down in Central and South Jersey. So together we cover the whole state, don't we?
Yes, yes.